You have been watching and listening to The Becky and Boca Show. Tune in every Thursday night at 6 p.m. to discover all the ways to spoil yourself and have a good time in beautiful Boca Raton. See you next week.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Does your business MobiPop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Hey, this is Jen G. I am super excited to have you be a part of this new show that follows my journey through entrepreneurship. Most importantly, I get to introduce you to the people I've met along the way as I build my business and help others build their business. Join me to be inspired, uplifted every time you watch the show.
Homeowners, would you like to save money?
Yay! Welcome to the show. So I'm kind of at an interesting angle that I'm going to have to work with, but that's okay. We just roll with it. So we're going to try something new today. We are going to try a QR code. Let me explain what that is to you. So a QR code is something that we're going to put up on the screen, and you're going to be able to read it. So I want everybody to go get their cell phones. You know it's right next to you because you're scrolling through social media. So stop doing that and go to your camera function. Just open your camera function. All right, Teddy, let's put it on the screen. Love it. And now just point your camera. You don't have to take a picture. Nobody wants this picture on their phone. Point your camera at the QR code. You'll see an external web page will come down. Click it. Fill out your name, your cell phone number, and your email, and let's connect. And this way, if you have something interesting to share, you can stay in the loop. We'll keep you informed with all the cool stuff we're doing, and we'll connect. And then that way you can also figure out if you have questions for guests as we move along and you heard something that really caught your eye, caught your ear, and you want to really get a deep dive, I can connect you with the guests and you can explore more of what they do and how best you guys can work together. So there we go. All right, let's make sure everybody did that and we all connect. All right. Second week for me doing the show in 2020. Last week we did why it's important to have a coach. This week we're going to do what is important to make sure that your business succeeds. And this is going to be the whole point of the show. So I have two incredibly powerful women that have put together programs to make sure that any business can succeed. And I'll let them talk a little bit about it. So first I'd like to introduce Sandra. Sandra Torres is a business development guru. That's what I'm going to call you.
It works.
Queen. Business development queen. So tell me a little bit about what you do, and then we'll definitely talk more about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for having me. I help women put together strategy plans, business plans, and men. I don't know why I always say women, but I help them put together plans that are that helps them to really complete their business. You know, whether it's content strategy or if they're applying for a loan or looking for investors.
And it's so important to have a plan. I was just talking about today, I spoke at a meeting today, and we were talking about entrepreneurs who are like, I'm going to start a business, and they think, I have a product, no plan. Mm-hmm. And because I can tell you right down to how much my product costs to run and what my profit margins are and what I need. But so few entrepreneurs I speak to get that deep dive. And I see, Kim,
Yes.
you are nodding your head. So I'd like to introduce Kim Daly, who has some amazing insights into how best to grow and scale, not only that for your business, but something that's going to be unique that you're going to hear that really nobody else does. And it's going to, I think, blow open the doors for women entrepreneurship.
That's our hope. Our hope.
I think it's definitely going to happen. It's not a hope. It's just, it will.
Yes. So what I've done is I've created an online streaming platform for entrepreneurs and to pitch their products to both accredited and non-accredited investors, morning, noon, and night. Now, if you're in financial tech or you're in beauty or fashion or automotive. So we're actually giving entrepreneurs a chance to go out there and get funding. It's not crowdfunding. You can raise as much money or as little as you want, but it also does another thing. It allows women like us to actually, if we're sitting at home and we see something we like, we get to call that an entrepreneur up and say, hey, you know, I'd like some of this product. I'd like to be a part of your company. How much stock can I buy? How can I help? So it's really going to eliminates the need to find a venture capitalist or partnership or funding. When you're looking all the time, you can't grow a business and look for investment at the same time.
You really can't. And what's interesting, I like this idea of the pitch because we all see Shark Tank. We know how it goes. But does Mark Cuban really need more money? I say he doesn't. And they pitch some really great products. And you watch this and you think, I would love to be able to be a part of this startup or this product. But you can't because Robert Herjavec already has it and he doesn't need any more money either. So we're done with him. Now, you have made a platform where somebody can upload their pitch and it can run.
It's going to run morning, noon, and night. So 3 times a day for a month is what we're going to do. And you get to pick your time slot. So they get to actually say when they're going to pitch to a venture capitalist, if you want to see my video, I'm here. They can show their mom. They can show their friends. They can tell everybody, if you want to know what I'm doing, look. And the videos are only 4 to 6 minutes long. And they're not saying, hi, I'm Kimberly Daly with, this company. I'm looking to raise this much money. They're going to say, hi, I'm Kimberly Daly. This is what I'm doing. If you'd like to be a part of my company, join us.
And they can who shoots the videos? They do?
Yes, most of the entrepreneurs already have that. And what made me think about this is I belong to a group of female founders. And they're always complaining, nobody's funding us, nobody's funding us. And they have other problems with getting the money from people.
Sure.
So I said, what if I gave them away not to have to constantly look for money and constantly be in front of the right person? Because I'm the right person. Nobody's asked us, do you want to buy bottled water?
Right.
Do you want to invest in Microsoft? How about Google? But what if we had a platform where we're sitting at home having our morning coffee and we watch and we could say, oh my gosh, I like that. I want to get a piece of that or get in on it. Literally, everybody says the ground floor. No, you really are. But you're actually helping yourself achieve a dream as well as entrepreneur.
Which is fantastic. So, Sandra, this is where I want to bring you into the conversation because I've been to some startup pitch events. These people do not know how to pitch. They need coaching, man. I've seen some pitch events where I'm like, I think it's a good product. Do you think it's a good product? Because you don't seem to sound convinced. So this is where this is a nice opportunity to work with someone who can change, tweak some words, some verbiage, how you stand, where you place your product. Give me a little insight into that.
That's great stuff. Exactly. All of that. Because I think that some of that stuff gets overlooked, especially as a startup, right? You got a million balls going at the same time. So how do you focus and how do you perfect everything? People try to take on everything all at once, and that's overwhelming. So yes, all of these things need attention and time, which is how do you speak, how do you believe, how do you believe, or what do you believe about your product itself?
Right.
So many people, I have this great idea, really, well, why are you doing it? First of all, what makes you feel that it's a good product? Like, where's your belief system within that product? A lot of people will just be very general, and I'm like, you don't have that. You don't really believe what you're telling me, so Yes, all of that needs fine tweaking and tuning, and yeah.
And you need to really, like when you go to these meetings, people are always like, what's your elevator pitch? Which I'm like, you really, I mean, the kids after a while, it's like, what's your elevator pitch? Who's your ideal client? And it gets so old, but you need to have a trained professional ear, hear what you're saying so they can give you feedback. For sure. And you know what? It's become your own personal belief system, your own personal mission in life, because where it's no longer branding a product or service specifically, it's branding you, your own identity. So it's developing that personal brand of you, you know? Yeah, and we had lunch. I'm big into lunches. So we had lunch and we were talking about how you brand you specifically, and when people look at you, like people look at me, I was at a networking event last night, there was probably about 150 people there. Some people don't know my name, so they've started to call me Moby Pop. Like that's my first name. They're just like, hey, Moby Pop. I'm like, right back at you. And so it's because it's always been consistent who is the face of the company.
Yes.
And that's just the way it is. And people that will resonate with them. And you teach somebody how to own that power.
For sure. And you know, we just had a workshop today for the United Latinas membership, and we were talking about that. You know, one thing that everybody feels they get out of that group is that newfound like confidence. And I'm like, I love hearing that feedback, you know, because that's so important to anything that you do in life.
Yeah, agreed. So as I think about business, I always think business changes at a drop of a hat. And what I love about your product is, A, nobody's doing it. So you're already, talk about getting in on the ground floor.
Yes.
This is the ground floor of the ground floor. So this is subterranean, I guess. I don't know.
We should be launched by the end of this month.
That's
So we should be
fantastic.
launched the end of this month. And so if you've got a product or you're developing a product or you need funding, please reach out to me. It's Pitch Network TV and Kimberly Daly.
Yeah, and we're going to link everything, and there'll be stuff in the lower third,
Great.
and we'll link everything. But this is what's interesting, I think. It's so cutting edge that you have recognized our country, the globe really, has shrunk. So I can be sitting here in South Florida and watch someone in Louisiana pitch something.
Correct.
I don't know this person. I didn't even know this was going to be a thing. And I'm just like going, wake up in the morning. Let's check what's on the pitch show. People can make that a part of their morning routine.
Exactly. And it really does. The world does become your oyster. And it frees us up to invest.
Right.
We don't need to be millionaires to invest. And it frees the people who are looking for investors to go out there and get funding. So it works for everybody. It was a solution that needed to be solved. I mean, it was a problem, and I saw the solution, and I thought this would be a nice, easy way to do it. 4 to 6 minute videos, folks. That's all we want. 4 to 6 minutes.
But that's it's 4 to 6 minutes. So in marketing, you have about 30 seconds to get someone's attention. So, and if your video is 10 minutes, you don't know your
Nobody's
product.
watching.
Yeah, you don't know your product.
No.
You need to talk to Sandra. You cut that
Yes.
baby down.
Yes.
Yes. I hate watching long videos.
I do
It's
too.
Like, I'm like, oh God.
Well, that's why 4 minutes would be preferable. Can't say the word now.
Better.
Preferable.
The answer's better. The 4 minutes would be better.
That would be better. But yes, if you do it in like 15-second sound bites. Hi, my name's Kimberly Daly, and then you say whatever. And my product is, Pitch Network TV, and then you say whatever, because that's how people listen.
Right.
So if there's something important, time yourself. Get a little stopwatch and say, okay, this is important. I want somebody to hear that, because you don't have a lot of time.
Right.
And it's important to be engaging right off the bat, not drone on.
I agree, and I definitely think we talk about the fact, my little Moby Pop sign fell. That's okay. We're good. We talk about the fact that things have changed, and social media is a way to promote your business. But if you don't promote your business with many tools in your arsenal, and you're like, I'm just going to promote on Facebook, you are missing a huge crowd of people. One of the trickier places, I think, to navigate is LinkedIn. 100% it's trickier because there is some crazy organic growth that you have to do to be seen. It's not like you invite a slew of people.
No, they don't let you do that.
They don't
So
let you
you're
do
gonna
that.
tell us about that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I love LinkedIn. LinkedIn is such a powerful tool for anyone that's a professional and a business owner should be using that platform actively. A lot of people, Facebook has done its thing, but LinkedIn is almost where Facebook was a couple years ago. You know, now it's kind of moving a little bit faster as everybody's kind of catching on, but it's such a powerful platform to search for the people that are your niche client. You can really narrow down exactly what you're looking for, the types of companies, the size of the company, the location of the company, and find the decision makers themselves right on this platform. Connecting with them, engaging with them, that is how you can get, you know, some attention on LinkedIn and get noticed on LinkedIn. The problem is most people will take a post of, I sell this, bam.
Right.
And nobody knows you. You haven't engaged. This is a world of relationships. You have to build relationships. So the more that you're engaging with people, the more that they're going to engage with the content that you put out there. But it's about providing value in your content. It's not just saying, this is what I
Exactly.
sell. Nobody wants to buy what you sell if I don't know you, if I don't know, like, and trust you. How do I do that?
And also, what's in it for me? I'm always, what's in it for me? I don't care that you have this and your passion's this and you want to do that. What's in it for me?
Are you
If
solving a
I'm going to
problem that I
invest-
have? Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like people will say, oh, I've got this vitamin product and da da da. Well, they haven't asked me, am I vitamin deficient?
Yeah.
Am I looking for an energy drink and not vitamins?
Right.
You know, they just start spewing, oh, and it cures cancer. Well, if I don't have cancer, what do I care?
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, so it's being mindful of what your message is. And that's why I think when I say you've got 4 minutes, that really makes you very mindful of what's important.
Yeah.
And they have to tell the client what's in it for them. Like I'm telling you guys, what's in it for you? You get to be seen by the world.
Right.
That's what's in it for you, not me.
No, and I agree. And I think one of the interesting things you said about LinkedIn is that you get to pick what fits what you're looking for.
Yes.
And what's interesting about your platform is people get to be on a specific platform. It's not like you're going to be like, here's a whole slew of people. There are
No.
categories that people fit into. So you have someone who has a product, and maybe I'm only interested in tech products or beauty products. That happens to be something that I'm passionate about. I can go to those specific channels.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And we're also going to let investors put themselves on the channel. Because a lot of times the bigger company, the VC companies, they don't, the people you need to talk to are the little people out there. So by letting them, not like, hey, I'm angel investor, but the people working for angel investor getting on there, because even within angel investor, they've got people who like certain things. So they get to get on there and say, hey, I work with this company, I'm the investor, and I look at financial tech. So we're giving option for investors and that. And also if some woman sitting at home says, you know what, I'm really looking for this kind of product, she can put herself on there and say, I'm an investor and this is what I want to invest in.
Right. Yeah. No, that's 100% right. And it's very specific. I have
Yes.
to ask a question about organic growth on LinkedIn. Yeah, how do you do that?
It's consistency, right?
Okay.
How do you do anything? Everybody wants to find what's the secret key to, you know, work the algorithms, but it's really consistency and showing up, you know, and I think the reason why videos work so well is because you're really getting to know somebody's identity and somebody who they really are. You know, people want to see the real raw you aside from the title that's behind the name. They want to know more about you, but it's showing up, it's being consistent, it's engaging, it's spending some time in this room of, you know, this networking room in essence, you know, virtually.
You do an amazing job. I tell you this all the time about utilizing your social media. Do you take a time of day, or like when you wake up in the morning, or do you carve out specific time to say, this is my social media time?
Yes, I do carve out time. I'm an early bird, so I'm up at 5, you know.
Oh my God.
Yes, randomly. Or sometimes going to sleep at 5. Yeah, I did that yesterday. So I'll try to kind of carve out some time to create the post if I'm writing an article or whatever the particular post is about. But there's certain times of the day on LinkedIn that are best to post, where people are, if everybody's drinking their coffee in the morning, going through their media, most likely they're doing it on LinkedIn. So in the morning on LinkedIn is the best time to post, between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning. everybody's on LinkedIn checking their morning post. So it's a great time to show up. And then engaging at that time. And then I kind of just go about my day. And then, if you post something, you have to be attentive to that post.
Because you want to respond to comments.
You want to respond.
Right.
So you want to be active. It shows, it's great for the algorithm. That's what the algorithm says. Wow, this person is getting attention on their post. Let's keep, make sure we're showing it to more people.
Right.
Would you say that videos are better for posting than writing just an article?
I think articles on LinkedIn are just as powerful, and they do a couple things with the content and with SEO, but videos draw a lot of attention. Articles really, they're not to be like less priority. They're just as powerful as for a media.
And you can build in your keywords for your SEO. So that's search engine optimization, so people can find you based on, you see a lot with hashtags or specific things that you build into your keywords. So when you search them, you come up, and you want to be on the first page of a Google search. You 100% want to be on the first page.
Which is why you need to be on LinkedIn. If everybody Googles themselves right now, most of the time, before your website even comes up, your LinkedIn profile is going to pull up. That's how strong the SEO is within LinkedIn itself. So the more that you nurture your LinkedIn profile, and you are going to show up.
Yep.
Yeah, I've noticed that the first thing that shows up. And if I'm looking at people who say they're investors or whatever, I look on LinkedIn, and I find out more information about them.
Right.
To see if they're really legit or not.
Now,
that's a big step.
Yeah.
When people do their videos for you, do you suggest that they put their links? Like if I have so there would be like, I can just put in like, find me here, this is my LinkedIn page, so that you can help the at-home investor get a good profile of who you are and what you've done in the past.
Well, that's on the website.
Awesome.
So that when they go and they see the TV channel and they say, okay, financial tech, and then they look and they see Kimberly Daly, they'll say, oh, okay. And then they can see more information, because people do, if they're going to invest money, even if it's only $10,000, they still want to know, who's this person I'm giving my money to?
And what have they done before?
Exactly. And is this their new product? And are they in the product stage or development? I mean, all of those things you have to take into account.
Or is this the ninth company they've bankrupt?
Exactly.
There's so much vetting that you need to do. So you've put it all on one platform, so somebody doesn't have to really say, I have no idea.
Right. They don't have to be so afraid to say, oh, I really like that product, but I don't know about this person. Well, go to the website. She's giving you her number, and once you give her, like you call, I'm saying her again, female. Because that's what we're thinking about, women.
I love that.
But whoever it is, whether it's a male or female, but once they say at the end of their pitch, and if you'd like more information, contact me, that gets rid of the middleman. So now you don't have to worry about being in front of the right people, because there's I'm not getting anything from that.
Right.
And I'm not involved in that. So it eliminates them having to pay a finder's fee to somebody, which eats into their raise.
That's right.
They don't have to do that anymore. They can actually go directly to their client or investor. The investor can go directly to them, and the investor knows, and the investor can say, what's this money going to do?
Right.
There's transparency. There's ways to set up accounts so that although you as the entrepreneur are in charge of it, the investors can see, okay, I see 100 people gave, or 10 people gave this woman $100,000. They can see 12,000 went to the development team, this went here, this went here. So there's ways to create transparency and make it easy.
Because if you start a company and you have somebody invest that way, you hope that they share the company financials, that they're able to tell you where the seed money went, or even what they're hoping to get more from. Here, you've taken all that away.
We do. I work with a great woman, Fran Rubenstein, who's actually in the financial field, and she's making these deals possible for entrepreneurs by saying, look, okay, people want to know their money's okay. They want transparency, but you still need to be in charge of how you're spending it. So that makes me say, well, okay, at least I can look at the end of the month and see what they've done with the money.
Right.
I know they're not buying a car or, going out to lunch. That's important.
That's very important.
It makes everybody feel comfortable, and it makes you not so skeptical.
Right.
So even if you find out things about them, you can see, and if you don't like what they're doing, again, you're the investor. You can schedule whatever kind of deal you want with them.
Right.
If I don't like the way you're spending the money because you told me you're doing this, 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 and I see you're doing that,
Right. But plus, you got the opportunity to speak directly to the person who you funded.
Exactly.
Oftentimes, you don't get a chance to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have the opportunity to do that, look and say, okay. I mean, it just really, it eliminates so much, and we're making it so easy.
And transparent.
And I didn't even know that it was a problem that people say, well, what are you doing with my money? Well, what do you mean? I've got a product, I'm doing a company. Nobody wants to tell every little thing.
Right.
But if you're pitching and you're trying to raise 100,000, 200,
You better be prepared to answer some questions.
and having transparency, having your money in an account, not just a bank account,
Right.
but in a certain account that has transparency so all the investors can see what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
makes the entrepreneur more accountable. They can't just
Absolutely.
do whatever they want.
Right.
Because now they know everybody's looking.
Right. And you have to be
So
accountable.
they're more mindful of what they're doing. So it's better for everybody.
Which comes to my thought about when you work with people, you set up, talking about like what you're going to do with it, you help them set up a business plan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you have these people that are now, they've had to already have a business plan, but you need somebody to get you started with a business plan. And you can sit and say, what's your plan?
Yep.
How are you going to raise money? Or how are you going to fund this?
Exactly. Yep. I'll walk through people through exactly all of that. You know,
Right.
what is it that we're going to do? How are we going to do it? Process.
Would you say that people who are starting a business are like, are those the people you really like to work with first, or people who have businesses and they realize they needed to scale it and they're kind of stuck? What's your favorite or ideal client?
Both. The
Okay.
second, the people that already have a business, they already they already have funds, they're already generating revenue, so they understand the importance of marketing and strategy and looking at things differently versus someone that comes in completely startup. Unless they are very self-aware and know, okay, I have to have X amount of money, to make this happen. That can be a challenge sometimes for some startups because they underestimate exactly what they would need.
100% they under. I will tell you this: if you think you are doing a business and you need $25,000, plan for 40.
Yes, exactly.
100%.
Plan for more. And I actually created many years ago, with the help from the SBDC, Small Business Development Center, a couple of people that I'm going to share a financial spreadsheet with you, that once somebody fills out the first page, it populates everything from balance sheet to income statement, payroll, taxes. So it really gives them an idea of how to do this. And if you change one thing, it shows how it affects your profit across
Right.
the board. Because doing the financials is usually the hardest part, and
Very
people dread it. 1 hour, you can have all this stuff populated, created, and done, and it will make it so much clearer for people thinking, do I really want to start a business or not?
Well, and I think that's the best thing. Do I really want to start a business or not? And you can help people figure that out.
Yes.
And do you ever have anybody walk away and go, I
I've-
thought,
I've-
but man, not so much now.
Yeah, I've definitely have had people where they completely even underestimated the concept. Being an entrepreneur today sounds so lofty for so many people. Like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, what about? What have you even thought those details out?
It's really hard, by the way.
Yeah.
Just want you to know. All right, Teddy has given me the 2 minutes. We know how quick that goes, but always we say the conversation starts here, doesn't end here, because we have so much more to talk to you both about, and I look forward to when we have you come back on and talk about more of helping entrepreneurs. Sandra, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
You could shoot me an email at sandra@planyourcompany.com.
I love
Easy
that.
enough.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice. Kim?
Kimberly Daly, 817-382-8375.
And we're going to link a lot of stuff in the Facebook, and we want to make sure that you have all the tools to help you successfully start, run, and most importantly, get the funding you need so that you're successful. So thank you so much for being on the show today, as
Thank you
always.
so
And I
much.
look
Thank
forward to
you.
when we circle back around and we
Yes.
hear, because both projects are great, and I love all of it. All right, everyone. I hope you QR code me, scan me. Look forward to the scan me tattoos that are coming soon, and that's going to be a whole different show of itself. When you get a chance, shoot me some sort of email, a text. Let's connect and have you be part of the conversation. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for spending this half hour with me and my guests at the Gen G Show, sponsored by MobiPop. Looking forward to seeing you next week where we connect, communicate, and collaborate. Have a great evening.
Homeowners, would you like to save money each and every month? Of course you would. We all want to save money, but how? By calling